Hi buddy, welcome back to Vintage Story episode 61 with me, Sid. And last episode we did a big explore to the south, and we came down to here. Now this, I want to set up another base. I don't know whether this is far enough south, but that is made to be I mean, it's not vastly south, and it would be useful, so I suppose, before I put a massive investment in going down there, if people can let me know in the comments whether they think that is south enough. However, we're back at the base at the moment. We teleported back, still got a goodly amount of durability left on that, so, you know, we did manage to find some tin, not a huge amount. Pardon me. Always the moment I start recording. But we found some tin, and consequently we are in a position where we can... No, that's not right. Hang on. And right. We're in a position where we can make a small amount of tin bronze. It's not the best bronze, it's the only bronze I can make. And it might be worthwhile. Sorry, I've got a really tickly throat now. Tell you, I didn't have a tickly throat at the moment I hit the record button. But I do have a tickly throat now. Let me just stick a little bit more peat in there. I'm not going to go down into the, why do they call him Pete line again. Let's separate that up. Ready. Got a little bit of stuff from out in the world, but yeah, we are back. I'm kind of hoping that we're not far away from Temporal Storm, because I would like to try my new drifter grinder or drifter trap or demon sloth trap. You pick your name. It doesn't matter. All the same thing, really, isn't it? But we just need to sort out a little bit of food for starters. That's our first priority, and then we can get this going again with another batch. That should be more than enough fuel to cook those up, and that will refill my crocs there. And then we've got stuff to do. We need to make tin. We need to check our crops. We need to work around the area, make sure that we've not got any infestations of bears, because, you know, seems to be whenever I walk away from the area, bears move in, and I don't know why. Hopefully my friendly bear, well, it's not friendly, the captive bear over there will have a positive effect on that and reduce the chance of, you know, barely surviving. Sorry, let's not do the puns. But I would like to get and test that drift grinder, because that gives me the flexibility to, in theory, get more temporal gears, which in theory will give me more teleportation options going forward. But right now it is the 1st of May, it's just coming up on 8 o'clock, and it's probably about the right time to... That's just a tree trunk. You know, when you see something and you kind of go, what is that? That brown thing shouldn't be there. It was one of those moments. Anyway, yeah, we can nibble on the stuff. Oh, hang on, control. There's a heavy temporal storm approaching. Be careful what you wish for, you might just get it. Let me figure this out. I've got plenty of time. It takes 8 hours, but I'm not sure how many hours I just slept for, so let's take that with me. let's go and get myself in my temporal storm shelter ready, even though it is dark, or getting dark. The bear knows something is going down. Yep, that's all good. Have I got my emergency dirt? I have. Up we come. Boop a doop doop doo. And we shall at least live a little. I think I can leave a few of those in place, can't I? That's probably okay. We do need to open this lot, close this up, and well, I'm going to wait here until the temporal storm comes. I'm not taking any chances, and we will see what happens. I know what I should have done, and I'm kind of conscious that I wonder whether I've got time to do it. Have I got time to do this? Let's go back down. Ow! Not like that. I'm just conscious that I'm not sure whether I spawn proofed the floor of my drifter grinder, and if I didn't, then going in there after the storm could be somewhat hazardous. So if I can get in there and get the work done early, which is probably... Oh, don't fall in. Come on. Thank you. Right. Are you actually spawn proof? This is a bottom slab. It should be. Alright, that's fine. Well, we'll find out, won't we? One way or the other. But right now, I need to put myself in a safe space and just basically hide like a coward. Let's just take one out. I'm not going to take them all out, because if I leave one in place, then we're in a better position than we would be normally. Right, let's wait for the storm. I will see you in a moment. Well, it's imminent. I've really not done anything. I've just sat here cowering. So once it's imminent, we really don't have long at all. And it is 4 in the morning. So I think I was 9. So yeah, probably about 12 hours, maybe 8. I don't know. No, yeah, 9, about 8, something like that. So I didn't have to panic too much about the timing, but yeah, we are now just waiting for the fun, which is the temporal storm. And it has to be said, I think if I do another, well, not if I do, when I do another Vintage Story playthrough, I will probably not have this. I really don't like it. I've said it before, I don't think it adds anything to the game at all. It just limits your options, your exploration options. Yeah, if you wanted to play this game and just be entirely nomadic, which would be difficult once you hit winter, but you know, not impossible, these kind of ruin it for me. So anyway, I'm sure you don't want to watch this. I don't. So I will see you once the storm's over. Alright, the storm is waning apparently. which means at any moment we get back to normality. We should have the bit from Hitchhiker's Guide, shouldn't they? We have normality. Any problems you still continue to experience are entirely your own. But yeah, we haven't. So it is now 9 o'clock in the morning. So once this finishes, and there's one of these gits wandering around over there, look. Then it should be no. Oh man, maybe I was a little premature on the old thing. Now I don't think he's on the roof, and I don't really think I have to worry too much if I put down these ladders, but what have we got wandering around in the wild? Nothing. I do love that tree. I'm really happy with that tree. The fact that tree grew where it did and how it did. Now I think the vast majority of the drifters look to be in the pit. I'm not seeing any elsewhere. Oh. Plop, plop. Let's find out if this works or not. I'm not confident. Is that the only one I got? What a rip-off. But it is a tainted. Come on. I don't seem to be able to get to it now. Oh, wow. A whole piece of flax. That was totally worth it. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm happy with flax. But it ain't no temporal gear. I'm going to need to, I think, revisit this entire thing. Because clearly getting them in the pit doesn't seem to be the solution. Yeah. How's the lot doing anyway? Stage 4 of 9. Stage 4 of 8. Looking pretty good over there. Thought I put leather on. Maybe I didn't. Flour, blah blah blah. So far, stage 4 of 5, the turnips are actually getting very close to ripe already. And 4 of 9. 5 of 7. Stunted grower rice is too cold for it. Okay. Well, we got through another temporal storm. That's that's like the plus side of all of this. The downside is quite simply that we are, well, somewhat scuppered. Now I've got that. I had enough to make 2 ingots worth of tin. So if I bring these, tin bronze I should say, so if I bring these over, I've actually got, so let me just have a look at something here. That gold is an alloy for black bronze, which is, I might actually have enough to make some black bronze there, you know, looking at this. Let's do this for starters, just because we can. So if I split, how am I going to do it? I mean, again, I'm not entirely sure if you have to fill all of the slots. Oh, it'll make, wow, I'll make 4 ingots worth of tin. What am I waiting for? Give me coal. Let's get this stuff underway, shall we? Okay, and let's light it. There's quite a lot of coal nearby, so I'm not too worried about using up coal, and plus I've got like a couple of stacks of that as well. So while that's going on there, if I were to go and look at black bronze, so 8, 1 and 1 basically, isn't it? How you need 20, so 16, 2 and 2. I think that will work. Let's just have a look here. 16. No. 16. 16. 16 with 16. Well, plenty left over. 2. Yeah, definitely, absolutely got enough. So basically it will be 8 of that, 8 of that. It's the gold where I'm actually limited, but I could still actually make another 3 lots of that with this, I think. So I think you've got that kind of mix going on, and that's our black bronze. And I've probably been sat on that all this time, grumbling about not being able to make bronze, because, you know, that's easier than actually getting on and doing it. But so that will be 4 ingots and quite a lot of black bronze. And I think let me just double check. Where did let me just have a look at vintage story teleport mod, and I think it was teleportation runes is the one we're using, and the copper is 1,000, tin bronze is 1,500, bismuth bronze doesn't say black bronze. Maybe you can't. Oh, maybe black bronze isn't an option. We'll find out. 1750, iron 4,000, and steel. So let me just, while that is doing its thing, let's. Is it a rune? Rune copper, tin bronze, bismuth. Yeah, they're not giving me They're not giving me black bronze. Damn it, git. Oh well, I can still make 4 potentially with half again as much as copper. And then I can use the black bronze, which is the better material anyway, to make tools. Win, I think. Of course, temporal gears are going to be necessary. That is where everything falls down, and I need to figure out how to get myself plenty of temporal gears. And clearly waiting for temporal storms and then using the grinder is probably not the most effective option. I'm going to take that out and put that back in, and we're going to try to make the black bronze now because we can. We'll just do as much of this as it will do. One, 2, 3, 4. 400 units of black bronze. Cool. You need more fuel again. Off you go. Well, that will give us plenty to be playing with. Let me just run that through and I shall be back in a second. Alright, and there we have it. There's our next batch of black bronze. Now I think I can make a little more, maybe 3 more ingots of that. But for now I think we'll just leave the silver and gold as it is. We'll let that lot cool down, and I need to... What time is it? 3 o'clock. We've got time to go and visit the trader, and I will take my money with me just in case he's got anything really worthwhile. It'll have to be pretty good, but you know. Always, if you're popping out to the shops, it's always a good idea to take your wallet. That's just how life works, isn't it? Yeah, a bit disappointed about that grinder. I'm gonna have to look. Now I did see one that looked to exploit the spawning mechanics of drifters underground, and then a mixture of flowing water and yeah, flowing water really. So it's possible we could try and build an actual spawner rather than a grinder. Well, I mean, obviously it will be a grinder as well as a spawner. Just keep my eyes open because I'm sure I don't know how much the animals move around once they've spawned in. But I think you have to, if you know there was a wolf or a bear in an area. See, that's a God, he always does, always, every goddamn time. Scares me half to death every time, I tell you. What have you got, mate? You've got a black bronze phalanx, you've got a wolf pup, a wild animal. Perhaps a trader would pay well for the companionship. Well, he's selling it, not buying it. Bismuth bronze, we've got a shield, arrows. What is he buying? He's just buying bread basically and feathers. A bowl, but what's it? Oh, it's a bowl of honey. Steel. Yeah, how do I forget that? 3 gears, like I'd sell you that for 3 gears. Oh, I don't think you've really got anything I want desperately there. We are reasonably well provisioned at the moment. So, I suppose the next thing I need to think about is preparing for another expedition. Well, the next thing I need to think about is getting these temporal gears. That's the thing. Not the next thing. It's still the same thing I need to think about. You know, that's what we needed to think about before we started on this episode. It's what we've been thinking about for a while, and we are still not getting any closer to getting them. Now, I know one or two of you have suggested that I need to go caving. I'm not disagreeing, I just haven't really got any good caves in the area. Well, ripen in 8 days, 7 days. Cool, we are getting to the point where we're getting closer. How are our goats, sheep doing? They could do with some more feed, but they are in good weight, and it can be milked, but will become aggressive. You're generation 1 and you're pregnant, so there's a lot of sheepage going on in there, and at some point I am going to have to figure out how to cull them and knock them back a little bit. But let's kind of look at our bronze and see how it's cooling, shall we? Oh, let's get a screenshot of that. I mean, it's not the most interesting screenshot, but trust me, can't get them out yet. For me, that is a brilliant screenshot, because that is my own bronze, what I have made with my own hands. So yeah, I am happy. Right, let me sort myself out and I'll be back in a moment. Alright, well, for those of you who are watching this on the day of release, actually for those of you watching this at any time, because that's irrelevant to the day of release, I'm actually recording this on my birthday, or cake day. Interestingly enough, the last one was actually recorded in advance of my cake day, and everybody's been saying, actually no, that would have been Greg Tech New Horizons as well, just for good measure there. So, yeah, I'm officially older today as at the time of recording, not at the time of, whoa, that bear is really going for it. Yeah, not at the time of watching. And I think we need to be far more active in our and one of the things I need to be is far more organised in my planning here. I need to go back and I need to get my bed. So I've had a look, and there is a suggestion for a design for a temporal storm mob grinding thingy hoojamo watchamajig. And to be honest, I need to give anything a go, because I need temporal gears. Now, the video I watched, the guy who used it and killed the bear, all of the drifters that came in throughout the period of the temporal storm, and remember this is active, you're in there and you're killing the drifters as they, well, for want of a better word, drift in. And they got 4 temporal gears out of one night. Now, 4 would be exceptional. I would settle for 2. And obviously if it's every 10 days and you do it, put it this way, if I can make a drifter grinder that allows me to effectively farm temporal gears, I would actually contemplate leaving temporal storms active, because as much as the mechanic is not, in quotes, fun, it is probably the only way I'm going to have of getting temporal gears. So, you know, it's a thing. So to do this, I am going to need some building materials. Well, I'm always going to need building materials, but to do it properly, I'm going to need some building materials that actually look reasonably nice. And the obvious one for that is the cobblestone blocks used in ruins. So we're going to head south and find some ruins and basically harvest them. I'm not going to stop and pick up any other stuff. I might, if I see food, stop and pick it up and eat it, but you know, that is kind of the limitation of it. I don't want to be picking up everything of interest in the on the route down. So yeah, the plan of action is to make an active temporal storm base, a usable, survivable and farmable base where in theory we can kill even the toughest of drifters, although the double-headed ones could prove problematic, because I know certainly on the video I watched they pulled out some kind of super god weapon for those, and I'm not sure a copper spear is going to hack it, or even my bronze, whatever it's called, falx. That's it. Now, in terms of map, we are here. The ruins I'm going to head to are these ones down here and here accordingly. I think they are probably the biggest, and oh, hang on, let me just, if I'm there, yeah, I think they are probably the easiest to get to, and I think, I'm not going to swear blind because, you know, this game has a habit of throwing curveballs, but I think I have dealt with the wolves that were between us, because we obviously came this way to go south last time. So yeah, we're going to head down, get ourselves a whole load of building resources. I'm going to need a lot of wood for it, but that's fine. Wood I can get locally. It's stone and cobblestone, and make it again. Why make it when I can borrow it from a ruin? It makes no sense to me whatsoever why I would want to make my own. So yeah, I will see you when I get down there. Well, that'll teach me to speak too soon. Walked straight into a bloody wolf. I've killed it, and obviously because its remains are now in my inventory, but I had to sprint a considerable distance back to get myself back to where we were, and now I have the fun of walking back again. I was literally on the ruins. Which is why I think these things must migrate and move when the chunk. Well, I use the word chunks aren't loaded because that would be a Minecraft term that everybody would understand, but I don't know with any degree of certainty. Oh, hello. That and I just threw that away and beat up again. Thanks. That this game even uses chunks. Sorry, I just saw that and thought, oh god, it's another wolf. Right. In fact, let's address the meal in the room. That one's got 3 servings. Let's make sure that I am. You see, you should be able to get just hover over that with the other one. So you know you've got your crock in your inventory, and Small caves. Probably not worthwhile jumping myself. Oh, God grief. I'm trying to jump over this thing. I'm really struggling. Yeah, probably not worth throwing myself down to go and explore. That's one ruin. Yeah, so if that's there, this has really just got to be right over the hill, hasn't it? Yeah, and these are all big ruins, and also one that I've already set myself up with a little, for want of a better word, a hidey hole. Didn't bring any firewood with me, which, you know, was potentially awkward. I don't know whether I can actually... Can you make... Experiment time. I can make... Just get a little bit of this. Can I actually make a functional, or start a functional fire without logs? That should be enough. Because then I've got meat to cook, if I can. And then there's these nice ruins all around the area with that big old one in the middle there. So, you know, we've got a little hidey hole. In fact, I've even got a fire. I don't need to worry about stocking it with stuff. All I need is to get myself a couple of blocks of dirt for a door, and we're laughing. So that's good. This is all, yeah, okay. And then we can just come over here and start. And I might as well, I could do this without utilising a, oh, hang on, there's a bit of that good soil there as well, bony dirt even. So that's going to be coming with, whoa, that was interesting. Okay, oh wow. Let's try not to drown. But yeah, the more building materials I have, the better, really. Although I don't think again, lots of, oh hello, don't drown, don't drown. Used to like it when I couldn't drown, that was much more acceptable. But still, never let it be said, and that stuff definitely collapses, so. Can I? Yes, you can breathe there. Just curious as to what's going on here then. That just seems to be more it's like a cellar almost. If I was going to describe it with any degree of accuracy, that's what I'd call it, I think. Alright, well, I think that's probably about everything that's in here. Oh man, I need to get out. How do I get out? Oh man, this is proving difficult. Oh hello. Oh, there's a load there as well, actually. Man, I'm not saying that this is pushing you around a wee bit, but it's pushing you around a wee bit. Right, I think that is enough. Don't really need you, he says. Don't really need you. Don't really need that. Honeycombs will definitely keep. Cattails I will make a decision on later. But in the meantime, there's more than one. How did I come here? I've been here before, and yet I have left all that good stuff behind. Makes you wonder whether I even paid any attention to when I came here. Now I think there's probably a cellar underneath this. So probably a case of tunnel down and see what's down here. What's that one? Forage, so it's going to be stick. Well, you know what? I'll take 3 sticks. Never let it be said that I'm ungrateful. If you get offered 3 sticks in life, take the 3 sticks. At least they're free. Storage vessel. Oh, we got to keep that one? Oh, it's got nothing in it. Excellent. Oh, okay. That's a first. I don't think I've ever encountered one of those with nothing in it. Anyway, I'll spend a while down here filling my inventory with rocks, and I will see you in a bit. Alright, I actually don't need to stay down here. I have filled up. So, I love that boink sound. Yeah, we are definitely filled up. We filled up with as much solid boulder as we could lay our little mitts on. We also got 3 of these storage vessels for free, which I ain't gonna sniff at. Hang on. And then we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 stacks of granite rocks, I should say, which is going to be invaluable. I don't know why I can't put much more than that in. We did get a little bit of peat, so we'll pop you away over there. He says, throwing it on the floor. So I think we're in a pretty good place to move forward on the next episode. Yeah, I'm going to do that. That is going to be my game plan. I'm afraid we're going to be definitely pursuing this on the next episode. Honeycomb we squeeze out over a bucket, don't we? That's right. So that's just because I thought of that was what you do that. There we go, a little bit of honeycomb. Now I've got some wax. So next episode I want to build what I hope, after 2 failed attempts, although I'm going to keep the old one. I'm not going to throw that away. Got a little bit of that to sift at some point. and we have got some raw bushmeat to cook, which we'll cook overnight here and eat accordingly. And get that lit. In you go. And right. So, next episode, let's get back onto the map. I'm almost certainly going to use this area over here that we've been digging out from this hillside. I may need to dig out more of the hillside. I will spend money on tools if I need to, but we are going to build what is hopefully the definitive temporal storm grinder. It's going to be an active one, so we are going to be using, you know, our own tools to defend, and we're going to be able to, in theory, harvest as many of the drifters as we can kill, and hopefully get the temporal gears, which will allow me to make additional rune beacons. Now, do let me know if you think, let me just zoom out. So I am at minus 300 in the y-axis, for want of a better word. Do we think that where are you? Do we think that 2,000 blocks south is far enough, or do I need to go further? Answers on a postcard. No, answers just in the comments. And we will see what we will see, but realistically we need to make a decision. I really can't cope with the really long winters we've got. We're going to have winters anyway. If we go too far south, it's going to be too hot in the summer, so we're kind of swings and roundabouts on that one. And I probably need a little bit more fuel for that, don't I? There you go. And yeah. But I think on that note, we're going to call this episode an episode. We're going to wrap it up here. And next episode, we are going to work on a grinder to end all grinders, hopefully. It can't be any worse than what we've done so far. Anyway, on that note, thanks for watching, guys. I will see you soon, and bye for now.